Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be doing a super exciting video. I have the Naked Ultraviolet palette. This is the newest Naked palette by Urban Decay, and I'm super excited about it. They haven't really strayed from the, browns and kind of more natural colors. I think all of their palettes all of the Naked palettes really have had a good variety from natural to darker shades, different finishes. I think that's always been a thing. But really, I feel like there's only a couple palettes that are not like browns, golds, champagnes. Like even the Reloaded palette, it had a couple of those warmer, peachier shades, but still really brown. 1, 2, and 3 were very brown. The third one was a little bit mauvier, but still on that really neutral, natural kind of level. The cherry one was a bit different. The honey one was a lot more yellow toned, gold toned. But this one is the most really out there palette. I have looked and swatched this. I can't help myself. Like, I'll get something, and unless I can record immediately, I'm like, no, I just have to look at it. I have to swatch it. I just have to. I'm like an addict. I'm a makeup junkie, I swear. So when you look at the box, very, very pretty. Really just a stunning, packaging design. Urban Decay really is great with their packaging. It's always good quality. It's always, there's a lot of thought. It looks like there's a lot of thought that goes into it. We're breaking the color spectrum with the Naked Ultraviolet Eyeshadow Palette. Our supercharged lineup of 12 intensely pigmented mattes, metallics, and holographic shimmers is a lucid dream come to life. This is the actual packaging. So again, really pretty. That nice sturdy plastic packaging that almost all of their at least their newer ones have. Definitely really pretty. Goes along with the whole, color scheme. Then you take a look when you open it up. I'm gonna just pop this brush out. You do get the dual-ended brush, as you typically do. When you pop this out, this is the palette here. So really pretty, but it's definitely surprising what colors they chose for this ultraviolet. So when you take a look at from this kind of really cool shade called Lucid and on, it's definitely that purple theme, that like almost like it said holographic, metallic kind of theme. But then when you look down here, you still get some of those brown neutral shades. So I like that they included those because you can create more than just a basic purple look. If you want to find out what I think of this palette, I'm going to be doing swatches. I'm going to try out a look, and I'm going to give you my final review at the end of the video. So if you guys are interested, then keep on watching. So as I said, I have swatched this. I was not overly impressed by the swatches, but I have learned over the short period of time I've been doing this YouTube channel, because I never really nitpicked makeup before. I would just either like it or not like it. And so I've learned to not judge a palette by the way that it looks in the pan. I've learned to not judge a palette by the way that it swatches. Okay, so I'm gonna prep my eyes with my MAC paint pot. So let's just go in with one of these neutral brownie shades just to see how they are. So I'm gonna go in with Hacked, and that's that kind of neutral, almost mauvey brown looking. I'm gonna use a big fluffy blending brush, a Morphe E30. So that's pigmented and blendable. Naked palettes always have really beautiful, like soft brown transition shades. It's one of my favorite things about Naked palettes is you always have a beautiful transition shade, which not all palettes have. I've actually even found myself in the past diving into a Naked palette just for a transition shade, and exactly like this. They're pigmented. They always seem to have the perfect like hue to them. It's not too orange, it's not too cool toned. It's just like a beautiful like mauvey brown. This one, I really like it. And this is the kind of transition shade that would look good with a purple look. It's not too orange that it's going to be really like, it's not going to contrast with the look. So I really like this. Purple dust all over my crease, like just dive right in there. I'm going to use this brush. Oh, that's really nice. It has like a blue kind of shift to it. It's almost like a duochrome, I think. So very beautiful. Oh, really pretty. I'm going to take this Optimized. Oh, that one's really like, it lifts up a lot of product, it picks up and kicks back a lot, so just be careful with that one. It's that really nice lavender, like lilac-y shade. It's a pastel, and I'm gonna use that to blend out that crease a little bit more, because we need some more blending. That shade is not really showing up. Like at all. You guys see that? I literally just went over it like 5 times and added new product. Okay, see, this is what I mean. I was worried about this. Let me try a different brush. Sometimes it can be the brush. Let's do a Morphe E17. It's a little bit of a denser brush. I'm getting like a little bit of pigment. That definitely helped to blend it, but like, where did it go? I don't really see it at all. Like at all, guys. I don't see the lilac shade, like maybe a touch. We're blended out. We're doing okay so far. I think so. I lost a little bit of the definition with that purple dust shade after blending. Like it looks a little bit muddy and like a little bit muted now that I applied. Like that lavender shade kind of ruined everything, but not too bad. We've got some really stunning selection of shades here to still work with. So we're gonna do, it's gonna be good. We're gonna be golden. Let's do, these 3 purples are calling my name, but I also want to try out that Lucid. So like, let's just do them all. First, I'm going to do Euphoric, which is supposed to be that really nice, oh, look at that. And I'm going to pat that on the outer half of my lid. Okay, that one's pretty good. All right, that one's really nice. Actually, you know what? That one would look so good over top of is this digital. So this digital is like a kind of blackish shade. It has a bit of like a metallic to it, but it's pretty dark. And then if you were to lay this Euphoric over top, let's just see what it does. See? Ooh. Okay, let's do Cyberpunk. Let's do that one right in here. It's not like blowing me like out of the water here though. All these shades are nice, but they're like, okay. That Euphoric one was the only one that really like wowed me so far. There's something about it that I'm not loving. It's a little bit like patchy. I don't know. But I don't hate it. I just don't love it right now. Let's hope that, like I said, these shades can redeem the look. I'm gonna take this warning. I'm really trying to just see which shades are good here. It's a little bit brighter, which is nice. It's kind of brightening everything up so that it doesn't all look like the same shade of purple. I think that was the issue. Yeah, that made me like the look a little bit more. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna use this Lucid shade. Looks incredible, swatch and all. So this shade was the one I was most excited to try. Like, look at this shade. It's like bam. And it's supposed to be that holographic. Let's do it right in the center. Ooh. Oh my goodness. Hello. Really, really, really pretty. Look at that, guys. It's definitely a very interesting shade. I'd be curious to see what it looks like over top of that black, like I tried the Euphoric. I'm gonna actually use that shade for the inner corner as well. I'm gonna use the shorter end of this brush. Oh my goodness. That's a stunning inner corner shade as well. So that Lucid shade is incredible. Okay, so yeah, you can use a brush for this as well, which is nice. Some of this digital, I'm just gonna darken the crease up with that. See if this can help the look as well. That digital, and we'll see if this one blends out. I'm just kind of really lightly adding it to the crease. See if we can add some more like depth. I feel like that's what we're missing. Some richness and some depth. Okay, yeah, that one was a little bit better. I'm gonna take more of that Hacked, that beautiful transition shade. Since that like lilac shade did absolutely nothing for me, I'm going to blend that edge out a little bit more underneath the lash line. Take some of the digital, since I liked that one better than the Purple Dust. I'm just smoking out the outer half, kind of connecting it to the top. Some of this Euphoric and kind of just lay it down in the center. It's definitely not as bright when you use a brush. Some of the Warning with that brush, that brighter purple, and kind of just match what's happening on the top to the bottom, like kind of following along. I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyeliner, mascara, and pop on some falsies. While I'm doing so, I'm going to have the swatches up here for you, and I will be right back to let you guys know what I think and show you the finished look. Okay guys, so I'm done my look. I've completed the eyes, I did my lips, the Naked palette. Unfortunately, honestly guys, I'm not very impressed by this palette. There were a few shades in here that were incredible, but other than that, either I was just like meh, or I was actually like not super impressed. I didn't know how to feel because going into this, I had already swatched them and I was not impressed by the swatches. Then as I started to apply, things were going on pretty good. So I thought, okay, so maybe it's just one of those palettes that doesn't swatch the best, but once you start working with them, they're actually really great. Then as I continued to blend, everything kind of started to get faded looking, a little bit muddy looking, like it's almost like all the shades just kind of were starting to blend in together. You know, they don't keep that richness and vibrancy and pigmentation as you start to blend them out. There were a few shades in here that did that. That would be Cyberpunk. I was able to build it up with my finger, but it just disappeared once I laid something like beside it. I started to bring that Warning in, and that just overpowered it and you kind of lost that shade. Purple Dust, I was really impressed by how it looked when I applied it. As I started to blend it out, it got a little bit patchy and it kind of lost it, like it looked like a faded grayish purple, and that's not really a nice look. I don't want to look like I have a bruise on my eye. You can create a nice look for this, but I'm just saying for the price, guys, I don't know. $68. So it's $49 US and $68 Canadian. Do I hate this look? No, I like it. But I really had to work for it, and I think a lot of the shades are lost in translation, like lost in terms of when you start blending, they kind of fade out. And then they're kind of just muddy looking. Shades like Purple Dust, shades like Cyberpunk. Optimized, that lilac lavender shade was non-existent. Now when you swatch it, it's okay. So maybe if you were to pat it with your finger or wet your brush, you might be able to get the pigmentation out of that. But like I used a fluffy brush, then I used a denser brush, and both times I went over it like 5 times and I literally could not see it. I've yet to see that shade. Lucid was really incredible. Literally the only reason I like this look today. I literally saved the look. Ultimately, I really do think this is a thumbs down. I don't think it's worth the money. I think that if you're looking for a naked palette, I would definitely invest in one of the other ones. This one just missed the mark, I think. It's hard to blend out without losing that richness. I don't recommend this palette, unfortunately. That being said, I love Urban Decay as a brand. I love pretty much all of the other naked palettes. I love their brow products. I love their setting sprays. I love their primers. So Urban Decay, this is not a bash on Urban Decay. So thank you so much for sticking around. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I hope I was helpful for you guys. Don't forget to subscribe, ring the bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. Like the video if you enjoyed, and have a wonderful day. Bye.